This is The Beat, a conversation about the Charleston County Sheriff's Office and our community. I'm your host, Oshia Alford. Hello again and welcome to The Beat. With me, I have...
Sheriff Kristin Graziano.
Sheriff Kristin Graziano.
But you knew that.
Well, yeah, of course I knew that, but they didn't know that. Well, maybe they didn't know that. But I'm very excited to have you here today, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what the process, method, and hopes and goals of this podcast are going to be. And I figured you'd be maybe the perfect person to help me out with that.
Yeah, maybe. So, Oshia, you are the new host of this podcast, and we've been working on this for about 2 years, and we started these podcasts using guest hosts, just trying it out to see how we were going to go in the future, and then staffing shortages caused us to have to delay additional podcasts. We got through that crunch. We got through the staffing crunch, and now. Then we went into auditions, and here you sit. You're the new host of the podcast. And so this podcast is what's new. It's what's new with us. It's something that I believe we're going to try to run it twice a week. And the purpose is to inform the public about what we're doing, what we're about, and also to get their feedback on what they want to hear.
Absolutely. I really look forward to hearing more from people and getting maybe some requests on some topics. I know in the future we've discussed maybe doing some information on some cold cases that we're interested in trying to reopen and get more data information from the public. I know that we also want to really push forward on that transparency with the public, let them know what we're up to, and see if there's anything that we can either help them or they can help us as far as moving forward with cases, of course, and maintaining public safety.
Yeah, so hot and cold cases. So I want to do a little bit of, cases that are still working that we need information on. We've have two big ones that, we really want to focus on right now, and the shooting in Hollywood over the holidays where we still do not have a suspect, and also the girl that was injured on Woodland Shores. We'd like to try to get as much information as possible. We're just at a standstill at this point. So those are two hot ones, but then I'm a cold case junkie, so I really want to reopen and reinvigorate new evidence, new ideas on these cold cases that over the past 20, 30 years that we haven't solved, to see if we can bring some resolution to those and start something on that end.
Well, we have a really good rate of closure on those, don't we? What was the...
For homicides, 95% closure rate. But that 5% is really the ones that years ago when they happened, we either didn't have enough evidence to prosecute or maybe have enough evidence to prosecute a case, and maybe it's just circumstantial case. So we need to revisit those. Even if it's a good circumstantial case, I'm willing to take the risk because I think it will lead to some closure for the families for sure.
Well, in addition, especially with cold cases in particular, we have so much more tech now available to us that we didn't have before.
Right.
And I know that's really exciting because I work in the traffic division, and seeing their reconstruction, they have this camera and they take pictures and photos and rebuild it on the computer. It's insane what we can do now.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because, we're building our drone program here, and the use of drones for just about everything we do, mapping, 3D mapping for crime scenes, mapping for accidents or collisions, and also investigative. There's new technology coming out every day just about that can help us. So we want to tap into that. We want to be leading the charge on that technology for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, if we are able to utilize drones in a lot of situations, that'll save our people from trouble. If we can get an eye on the sky and check out the situation before sending people in, right?
So it's funny, we did a test. We had some drone companies come in and do a test. And it was a few months ago. There was a forest fire up in Ladson. I don't know if y'all remember that. There was a smoke everywhere. And the firefighters were, all around the fire trying to get to it to put the fire out. But they couldn't see the fire. It was just so much smoke. It was deeper into the woods. So the drone company came and I said, hey, let's see how good these drones are. Why don't you send a drone over the fire and let's find the hot spots, because it has the flare technology. And sure enough, they did, and they sent a live feedback to us, so we could see exactly where the firefighters needed to go. And it was just, it's technology like that really is going to help us be safe and maintain safety when we're investigating or responding to scenes.
I'm very excited to see where that goes. That's fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to hearing more about some of these cold cases and being able to utilize this podcast in particular and talking with you to get some of that information out to the public that I know they've got hot questions that they want to ask you.
And that's what we want. We want the public to contact us. What do you want to hear? What do you want to know about? We have some really exciting things happening over at the detention center right now. There's been a lot of negativity and negative press about, particular cases, but we've got some really good stuff happening, and some of it is a result of the bad things that did happen to us. So acknowledging that and then moving forward to do better, I think is part of what we're supposed to be doing. So this is just another way for the public to contact us and get those burning questions answered. It's a great opportunity for them to have that dialogue back and forth, and even invite some of our community members in to talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. And tell us more about what's going on in the sheriff's office, meet more with some of the people that we have here, because I don't know everything that goes on here, and I'm an employee. Like, that's kind of crazy if you think about it, but I know it's even doubly so for people who are, members of the public. They don't know what we're doing.
It's a large agency, and we have a lot of moving parts and pieces for sure. Having said that, the second Citizens Academy, we're taking applications now. So so people that want to be a part of that and want to see it firsthand need to start submitting those applications to Amber Allen in our communications office, so that we can get those processed and get our next cohort chosen.
So the Citizens Academy is when civilians, local people who live in the area come to Charleston County Sheriff's Office, and we give them a whole rundown of what we're doing, show them the equipment that we have, maybe answer some of the questions that they have, right?
Right.
I think that's fun. I would love to do that.
It's hands-on. It's hands-on, and it is open to employees, and you should do it. So
I heard there's a helicopter maybe involved in that. Do I get a ride in there?
Helicopter, might be a boat, might be something, I'm not sure. Drones.
We got a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fun. Yeah. And I hope that you guys will take the opportunity to reach out and join us at the Citizens Academy, and that way if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can let us know there.
I love the feedback that we got from the last one with the folks that participated, because it was not what they expected. It was more hands-on. It was more stressful for them when they were doing certain scenarios, and they saw firsthand what we deal with on a daily basis. And I'll say this, I think we have an incredible opportunity here to educate folks that want to be a part of not just the law enforcement community, but overall the public safety community, because this job we do is very hard, but it's also very gratifying. You have to have a servant heart to want to do this. I think this is a great opportunity to identify if this is what you want for the future, and really to learn about what we do.
Yep. So I will be talking with people that are within the sheriff's office that can tell us a little bit more about the different positions that they work in, the different divisions and bureaus that they're in, to again help with that transparency and letting everybody know what we do. But also, we are hiring, and this is a great way for you to figure out what we do here and see if that sounds like it's up your alley.
It's exciting, and we have recently been able to get people market adjustments in their pay. Which I really love, by the way. Thank you. You're welcome. But thank the folks that made it happen, for sure. It was something that was needed. It's been needed for 20 years, and we're there now, and there's no looking back. We've got to move forward. We've got the youngest agency, I think, that I've ever been involved with just people that are so smart and so energized and just want to serve, and it's just a really exciting opportunity right now.
I would have to agree with you. I think that's the main reason why I came into this field or into this position, was the idea that I could utilize some of the things that I've learned over the years to help people, because why wouldn't you if you can?
Fun fact, you speak fluent German. and who knew? I mean, here you are, you studied overseas and lived in Germany for a while, and you speak fluent German, and I thought, this girl's going to be overseas working for Mercedes-Benz and all these, and here you are. And thank you for coming here. But what a great opportunity to have you hosting this. And maybe we'll get you to do it in German one day, or speak to some of our German friends.
I doubt they're that interested to hear it in German. But, I mean, less so on my German speaking background and more so I think my radio background is what really brought me to the podcast. I did 5 years of that and I had so much fun, and now I get to have fun with people that I work with, which makes it interesting because I know what they're like in my day-to-day, but it's almost like a shift when you see them go into that professional mode.
Yeah. She can make you look good and she can make you look bad. Be careful how you treat this girl. But yeah, we're excited to have you here and excited to have you host. And it's great.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity coming in and speaking with me. So next week, I'm actually going to have Chief Morrison here talking with me. And every Monday, I'm hoping to have an episode out where I talk with some of our higher ups, I guess you could say. I mean, y'all seem pretty down to earth to me, but...
We are, but this is not just about the higher ups. This is about everybody. We want to get everyone in here, and we've got some super dedicated, smart people that work in this agency. When you ask about the fun facts of what people do, start finding out what the fun facts are and hit that. You'd be really surprised at some of the things that folks are doing outside of this job, and how incredible it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's more to it than just the uniform, of course. I mean, there's things that drive people to do what they do, and I really like asking what it is in particular about their job that they love so much. Like, what's their favorite thing? What's the follow-up that you do on it? And it's always really nice, because most of the time it's, I really want to help people. And that's great. I'm glad you really want to help people. I want to help people. I'm glad you want to help people.
I do.
So...
Thank you for answering that for me.
Yeah, that's her favorite thing. I answered it for her already.
I love it. I'm the first to get here and the last to leave. You know that. And I love coming to work every day. I love serving. Yeah, that's in my blood.
Mm-hmm. And it shows, honestly. It really does. And between you and your uniformed
you just got a raise.
Oh, well, there's always room for more, I guess. Thank you so much for coming on again. I look forward to the next time we talk, which will be in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, so tomorrow is July 4th.
Oh, is
Did
it?
we forget? You're off tomorrow. I'm working. So it's a big day.
It is.
Today is the launch of the podcast, just prior to the holidays. And it's a great time for family and friends, those of us that the folks that are off, to really celebrate the birth of our country.
Absolutely.
And do it safely and responsibly. So happy 4th to everybody. I am looking forward to the next few months to see what this podcast brings, and I hope that we get feedback from the public and make sure that we're putting content out there that they want to be aware of.
That matters. I want it to be about things that are important, that are going on in the community, that make people feel safer knowing that we're here.
That's right. So. And that's what we want. We want that feedback. We're out in the community all the time, but I think to bring those voices in is critical in what we do in building these relationships and partnerships. So we definitely want that, and we're going to encourage that. And maybe look towards when school starts, getting some folks with interest in journalism or radio to come in and help you guys. Do these podcasts. I think it'd be great.
Oh, absolutely. Having a new set of eyes on things tends to make it a little bit more interesting, because I know how I think, but having somebody else's thought processes come into it makes it better, because then it appeals to more people.
We're not getting rid of you.
Oh, well,
we just want you to. We just
you
want,
can if you want. I mean, that's up to you guys. I have no control. But if we did have people who wanted to reach out with questions or comments or anything, where are those avenues? How could they do that?
Yeah, so they can go on our website and contact Amber Allen at arallen@charlestoncounty.org and arallen@charlestoncounty.org. So it's ARALLEN @charlestoncounty.org.
And then I think we can also do the socials, right? Like, so I guess if you comment on our Facebook or reach out via Messenger on there, or we also have an Instagram. Those are going to be really easy ways for the public to reach out to us. Let us know what you want to hear about, so we can make sure in the future we can touch bases on that.
Yep.
So with that being said, thank you for tuning in to the first official episode of The Beat. This has been The Beat, a conversation about the Charleston County Sheriff's Office and our community. I'm your host, Oshia Alford. Look for future episodes by following the Charleston County Sheriff's Office on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.